Hello everybody and welcome back to Easy Medicine. In today's video I'm going to read funny medical stories. I found them on the internet and I think it's worth a lot to read them out and react to them. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more medical content, and of course, if you enjoyed the video, leave me a like rating down below. Let's get into it. As I leaned into to check her eyes, my older patient got a little frisky. "You remind me of my third husband," she said. "Third husband?" I asked. "How many have you had?" "2. That's a classical story, it's simply a joke, but this happens a lot in hospitals and I think it happens as well as to men as to women, but I think it's quite more uncomfortable for my female colleagues because men tend to be a little bit more direct and that's really uncomfortable for them. When I went to the ER to have a painful ingrown toenail removed, I was sobbing, gagging, petrified. But my doctor knew how to calm me down. "Don't worry about a thing," he assured me. "I just looked up how to perform this operation on YouTube." Well, of course it is a joke in this case, but it's actually true. Doctors do not know everything at the point and on the moment. So we have to look up things as well. And we do not look up an operation on YouTube, but there are specific sites where you can look up how a certain procedure is performed. So a bit of truth is in there. "Here," says the nurse, handing the patient a urine specimen container. "The bathroom's over there." A few minutes later the patient comes out of the bathroom. "Thanks," he says, returning the empty container, "but there was a toilet in there, so I didn't need this after all." Well, it's quite usual that things that are completely clear for you because you do them every day are not clear for the patient, so you have to explain every single bit, even though you think it's clear as water. I asked a female patient with dementia, "What year is it?" She said, "Oh no, that's far too personal to discuss in polite company. A nice young lady like you shouldn't be concerned with such things." I didn't bother pointing out that I'm not a lady. I figured if she didn't notice the beard, then she wasn't going to understand an explanation either. That's funny and sad at the same moment, but as you work in a hospital you tend to take those things from the funny side because all this kind of sadness that is around you isn't working out for you on long term, so you have to take those things from the funny side. Long story incoming. I'm an ER doc. Once I had a 20-year-old and his girlfriend come in at 2 AM freaking out because something had tore his throat open. He seemed fine. No blood, breathing fine. I had him open his mouth and saw nothing. So I didn't want him to lose his confidence in me. Clearly something had happened. So I'm looking and looking. There's nothing wrong with this kid's throat. Finally I say, "Look, it seems okay. What do you feel or see?" "I don't feel it, but look, it's right there." "Where?" Looking. It was his uvula. Somehow this kid had gotten to the age of 20 without ever noticing his uvula. Girlfriend was also horrified. I told them it was totally normal. Did not believe me. Well, look in your girlfriend's mouth and you will see the same. Mind's blown and another life changed in the ER. So that is totally classical because people tend to rush to the ER with something totally not related and totally stupid for you think. And it's really sad that you have to stand up at 2 AM for something like this in the middle of the night. But that's kind of a lack of medical education right there. And yeah, but it's better to have something like this like in comparison to a real emergency. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.